goody Sheltron here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back at again with a brand new video. And I'm gonna keep it a bold, Bray Biscuit. There are a lot of reasons for Carolina Panthers fans to be extremely excited about this game this Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. But before I get into all that, I gotta show a little love to my guys, Nick Bolick, Artist Barber, my guy K Francis, and Daniel Stansel for all being members of the channel. They all show support. Join the roster at the my captain level. And I also can't forget Javier Vasquez, my man Tree Fitty, for joining at the Lil Bowberry level, man. I gotta let y'all know I appreciate you guys showing love and support for what we're doing over here on this side, making sure I can keep doing what I'm doing on this channel, bringing you guys this content almost every day, man. But let's get straight into this game between the Panthers and the Cardinals. And like I mentioned, this should be a very exciting one. First off, it's a home game. It's at 1 p.m. That's good. I hate those 4 o'clock games. The Panthers are allowed to have fans in the stadium for the very first time. And I think there's only 5,200 seats that are available in this game. But kind of surprisingly, this team has had trouble filling those seats. They hit up the PSL owners at first, but it looks like the PSL owners aren't really scrambling and trying to get into these seats. It might be because, the team's not that great this year. It could be because we've been hearing a lot more things about coronavirus outbreaks at different games, in different teams' locker rooms, that kind of stuff. That could be it. It could be the price. I think the lowest price for these lower seats is $135 each, and you have to buy them in pairs of 2. So it's probably around $300 for a pair of tickets once you get through, parking and fees and all that kind of stuff. And you can't bring your own drinks, so you gotta, you gotta pay the piper too. They gonna get their money in the concession stand. They gonna do that every time. So, it's kind of hard to fill those seats right now. They may end up lowering those prices. They gonna probably have to just take the L on this one and accept even bigger losses if they want fans in the seats. But this is still gonna be a very exciting game because, look, we have a very, very, very strong chance of getting our second win in a row this season, in a season where we thought, 2 or 3 wins might be the absolute top, like the actual ceiling for this squad. This Arizona Cardinals team has, on paper, a very good roster. But we're looking at a few things here. Look, Kyler Murray just threw 3 picks last week against the Lions. Now, the Lions ain't a very good team. They got Matt Stafford, but the Lions ain't a very good team. I think we all can understand that. So Kyler Murray throwing 3 picks against them, but also we heard about Budda Baker getting surgery on his thumb, and he is doubtful for this upcoming game. I think he did wear a cast in that game against the Lions, but we might see this man actually be out. Okay, so Budda Baker may not be another threat in the secondary for our passing offense, but the biggest news is a guy with an ankle injury, a guy named DeAndre Hopkins. One of the biggest signings of this offseason. I mean, actually, there was so many big signings this offseason that the D-Hop signing was big, but I wouldn't even put it in my top 3, honestly, which is crazy to think. He is doubtful for this game, too. He has not practiced on Wednesday or Thursday, and if we find out in the next couple of days that D-Hop is actually officially out for this game, it's looking real dark for these Cardinals. I want to give y'all a stat real quick so you actually feel what I'm talking about here before we get down to the deeper part of this game. Now, in this Cardinals offense, there have been 104 passing attempts and 75 completions. Do you know who has the most targets in these games? Of course, it's D-Hop at 37. He also has the most receptions at 32. So 32 of the 75 completed passes have gone to a man who has a very good chance of missing this game. Do you know who the number 2 target getter and number 2 reception leader on this Cardinals team is? Larry Fitzgerald. He has 15 targets and 12 receptions. A guy with 12 receptions is their second leading receiver. Past that is dudes with 5, 6, 8 receptions. This Cardinals offense, at least the passing offense, runs through D-Hop, and really it's no one else. There are a couple guys who I think could be bigger parts of this offense, but the way defense works is when you have to worry about D-Hop, these other guys get free a lot more often. But if D-Hop is not on the field, the defense has free roam to cover these other dudes and maybe even sell out against the rush with Kenyon Drake, who has looked good, and maybe even try to contain this man, Kyler Murray, because Kyler Murray is also a monster. He's also actually just right below Kenyon Drake in rushing. And that's a really big thing to note because whether or not D-Hop is in or out, containing Kyler Murray to that pocket and limiting what he can do in the run game, it was always going to be one of the top priorities of this Carolina Panthers defense. I'll get to that in a second because I really do want to talk about that a little bit deeper, but I'll throw a few numbers at you guys real quick because these are some very important things to look at. Look, as much as they're the two big names on the team between Kyler Murray and D-Hop, this Cardinals team is not just about offense. Their defense is ranked 7th in yards and points scored against. Now, they have only played against, the Niners, the Washington team, and the Lions, two teams that aren't that great, and a Niners team that didn't look all that good against them. But that does not change the fact that they're number 8 against the pass and 12th versus the run, and they're actually number 1 against rush touchdowns. That's going to be tough because this Panthers offense is actually 7th in rush touchdowns with 4. But the dude who scored all 4 of our rush touchdowns is on IR right now. C-Mac is not going to be in this game. So you want to see a little bit more out of Mike Davis. You want to see maybe really anything out of Reggie Bonnafon. Will we keep using Curtis Samuel in the rush game? Will we use Curtis Samuel even in the pass game? I did a video not too long ago talking about Curtis Samuel's usage in this offense. It has been low. It has been almost non-existent, less than 100 yards. In 3 total games, we saw multiple games where Curtis Samuel got 100 yards by himself. So Curtis Samuel is not really a big part of this offense. Is that scheme? Is that more just Teddy Bridgewater having more chemistry with Robbie Anderson and DJ? I'm not all that sure, but my focus is going to be on how do the Panthers adjust and do they really want to use Curtis Samuel in this offense against this Cards defense that will probably be without Budda Baker, who is a good safety. Now check it out. We are 24th and 16th in points and yards produced. We're 9th in passing yards, but 29th in passing touchdowns. It just don't happen for us. You feel me? We're also 26th in rush yards. Like I mentioned, we're 7th in rush touchdowns, but the guy who scored those ain't here right now. But Teddy is actually ranked 4th in the entire league in deep passing. We have to figure out how we're going to work the ball in the red zone because this offense is very, very good at moving the ball between the 20s. From kickoff to when we get to the red zone, this offense looks great. Okay, this offense moves smoothly, even though we do ignore Curtis Samuel, even though we do ignore our tight ends. We don't even look at the tight ends in this offense. But those are the guys we may have to rely on most because what we've been doing so far has not been working. Okay, in the red zone, we have to adjust. We look very, very flat out there. The offense moves until we hit that 20-yard line and we just forget everything to do with football. We ain't never heard of it. Couldn't name the shape of football, the color of football. It just don't look. We get Joey Slide and said, Joey, kick a field goal for us. Can you kick the ball, please? We cannot get this thing past that goal line. Can you just kick the ball over that yellow thing standing up right there? We'll take 3 points and call it a day. Play some defense. And the defense is going to have to shine because this Cards offense, even though they are 17th in points scored and 10th in yards, they have some monsters on this team. If Diop can play, it's going to be a problem. I'm hoping and praying and wishing that he is good to go in week 5. If Diop is not playing, I have all the confidence in our defense because look, this Cards offense is 7th and 4th in rush yards and touchdowns produced, but that's with teams having to worry about D-Hop every play. 32 of 75 completions have gone to D-Hop. When you don't have that kind of pressure on a defense to cover that one monster, one of the top 3 receivers in the league right now, when that kind of pressure is not on your secondary, it's not on your linebackers, not on your safeties, specifically, you can do a little bit more in the run game. You can dare these dudes to pass these other names out there. Do you want to pass Christian Kirk? Or Larry Fitz in the slot, who is not who he used to be? You better run that ball. You better run that ball. We're going to have all 7 or 8 in the box waiting for you, okay? We're going to have everybody waiting for you. This is a team that has shown it is capable. It's capable of making moves. Now, Phil Snow has to make sure that he can be consistent in his adjustments. We did play a rookie in a Chargers offense that wasn't all that great. Now, this Arizona Cardinals offense without D-Hop may not be all that great itself, but we can still see how things work. Dante Jackson, can you please show me some consistency? Dante has the tools to be a good corner. His biggest problem is consistency. You'll see something good happen for him in 1 week, and then you'll see 2 or 3 weeks where it ain't nothing going on. But last year, he did have a good look, a good game against the Cardinals. I do want to see that one more time. Dante, let's see something out of you. Jeremy Chin, we know what he's going to do. Brian Burns, we know what he's going to do. If we can generate pressure and get this man, Kyler Murray, off his spot, but also contain him. We don't want Kyler Murray rolling out and getting outside the pocket, because once he does that, he is at his most dangerous. He is not like Russell Wilson. Russell is rolling out looking to pass still. Kyler Murray will roll out and he gonna run. Kyler Murray is not scared. He is not shy about running. He will make moves. Now, I saw a stat that showed that Kyler ran 5 times, I think, last week versus the Lions, and the Cards are now 0-8-1 in all games when Kyler rushes less than 6 times. That's kind of crazy to me. If we can make sure Kyler does not get that many rush attempts, do not let him pass that line of scrimmage, then this could be a very, very easy game for us. Now, that is much easier said than done, but I think we have dudes in the front 7 who can at least contain. Just stay true to where you are. Stay in your lane. Do not try to do too much. Don't try to be a hero. And this game is in the bag, especially, and I'm going to keep saying it, especially if DeAndre Hopkins, if D-Hop is not in this game, we are 2-2. That's really all there is to it. I respect Kenyon Drake. He didn't get his fair shake in Miami. Miami does not like keeping running backs who are good. They leave and they become even bigger parts of other offenses. But we can really sell out on this run and dare Kyler to go to other dudes sitting in the pocket. We can make moves this game. Now, do I see our defense treating Kyler Murray the way the Lions defense treated him last week? I don't know about all that. Mostly because I think that Kyler just lost all composure and tried to force things, tried playing hero ball. I didn't really like what I saw from Kyler at all. Kyler looked really, really just tilted. The dude looked tilted and he tried doing way too much. I think he tries to dial that back a little bit. I want to see what this offense for the Panthers looks like, though. I don't expect to see tight ends used. Look, I'm going to say it doesn't happen. At this point, I don't believe that Joe Brady has even seen a tight end. He probably couldn't even tell you what a tight end does at this point. It is what it is. But if we can use our offense, and if we can use Mike Davis and Reggie Bonnafon effectively, if they can combine, if those two can combine for 100 yards, maybe even 110, 120, we win this game. Because our passing offense is good enough to get us up and down the field. But if we can get these guys rolling in the run game, in the red zone, we can make things happen. And we have to make things happen because, look, I'm trying to win, okay? I'm trying to win, and I do believe we win, especially, I'm going to keep saying it, especially if D-Hop is not in this game. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I want to say 20-24 Panthers. I have a feeling we're going to see both offenses try to force things a little bit too much, and I think there's going to be a little bit of sloppy play to start the game off, but I think we hold on late. I think we get a very good defensive stand late. I think the Cardinals have the ball last, and we make moves. Phil Snow proves that he has gotten the hang of what happens at the NFL level for defenses. Joe Brady is not going to look at the tight end in this game. Don't even worry. I hope he looks at Curtis Samuel a bit more. I don't want to see Curtis Samuel running the ball from the backfield, not as a running back. Jet sweeps, reverses, that kind of stuff, that could work. But I don't want to see it where it's obvious that we're going to hand the ball off to Curtis Samuel in single back or the eye or whatever. It's not going to work, okay? It's not going to work. That's not what his skill set is at this time right now in the NFL. It's trick plays, okay? It's going to be trick plays and gadget plays. That's what's going to work for Curtis Samuel. 20-24, Panthers, we win. Get to a smooth 2-2. It may not be a positive record, but it's not a negative record either. You got to work your way up there. That's how I feel about it. What are your thoughts? Give me score predictions, stat predictions. Do you think D-Hop plays? Do you think it matters? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know what to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.